It's window day. You see that sweat? I'm only 5 minutes into today. It's a hot one, folks. Hey friends! So welcome to window day. Hopefully it's window day uno. Solo. Solamente. Only one window day. Can we do it? Can we do it? I think I'm endlessly optimistic about my ability to finish projects in an unrealistic amount of time. I really like my experience with Rec Pro. I got my windows and my fans from Rec Pro. So these are 20 by 24, I believe. 24 wide, 20 high. This is the outside view, okay? And then the inside. So pretty basic. I'm happy with it. It's exactly what I was hoping for. I gave myself room for error, but when I gave myself room for error, that meant I created extra room in the hole on the ceiling that didn't need to be there because I kind of doubted my numbers. So don't doubt yourself, just roll with what you know, roll with what works and the original plan, because usually it's when you doubt yourself that you end up paying for it. So, yep. What I'm trying to say here though is just cut it right on the line that you drew, and that's going to be perfectly good. And the other thing about it is you can always shave more off. You can't add back on. I said that in the fan video. I said it's like cooking with salt. You can always drop more salt in there. You cannot take salt out of a recipe. And once it's ruined with salt, it's ruined with salt. You can try to doctor it up, but do you really have to? Or can you just manage your salt margins or portions? Same thing here. Can you manage your cutting to be just right? Moral of the story, trust yourself. I also just want to say that my instructions, these are my window instructions, and this is what makes me feel like it's going to be a one-day project. If they can tell me how to install it in a third of a page, I'm pretty sure I can install it in one day. 2 in one day. I just really want to encourage anybody who is doing this themselves. I was being really hard on myself, especially while I was building the bed frame and just doing certain things, and cuts are not exact, things are curved, one side is not the same as the other side, and it can feel like you're doing things wrong. And unless you've built 5 vans and you get the lay of or like the rules of the van build, it's not the same as a house. There's not 90-degree angles, like hardly, and there's not everything's level, and it's not going to be level while you're on the road because you can park. I'm not even doing this on a level plane right now in the driveway, and so like it's really okay. It's really okay if at some point you feel like you're winging it, because mostly you might be. But I just really want to encourage you about that. Encourage myself, because I think I'm pep talking myself, but also pep talk you in the moment is, don't sweat it. It's okay if you have to figure it out as you go. And it's okay if someone has a better idea or process than you too. I have a lot of people offering to help me, and I'm very grateful for that offer. And I really just I want to be able to turn around and say, I did that. I built that. That's my house. So I am having a lot of fun doing that. It's turning out as good as I hoped. And let's see if these windows turn out as good as I hope. Some other very important tools that you will need is an Edelman chocolate frosted donut. Don't judge me. And a metal file, drill bit, metal drill bit, your power drill. I grabbed the drill bits, but this is the pre-drilling. Rust-Oleum to stop any rust once you end up cutting off whatever you need to cut off. Also, remind me that I want to teach you a masking tape trick. Okay, that's more like it. Does that look straight? I would use my leveler, but you have it on the phone. I have one somewhere. Please hold. Boy. It's not a straight line. It's crooked because my cardboard cut is crooked. Shit. Oh, can you see? Okay, so let's get a real straight edge. Manufactured straight edge. Oi, oi. Ha. That'd have gotten ugly. The masking tape trick is to cover all of the edges, the outside edges of your cut, because the jigsaw, you're going to be holding it to the van, so it's very likely you'll scratch the paint if you don't have this protective layer. I do also think it's going to be a great guide, so I guess I could have just laid this as a straight edge. Learning. Okay, friends, no time like the present. Good so far. My arm is tired. We made it through. We made it through those two beam parts. Don't really want to take it out. Okay. Point of no return for sure. Moment of truth. Moment of truth. Wow. Wow. Okay. So, let's see. I'm a little nervous that it's not gonna lay flat. That's scary. What do you do about that gap? Remember how I said you have to be really nice to yourself about the fact that it's curved? we'll see. Okay, so just for your information, I'm freaking out. It obviously, like, I am trusting that when I trim it, so this is a type of window that needs a wood trim underneath it to fit, so I trust that the gap will close. What I want to remind you to do is to make sure that you spray paint, use the Rust-Oleum to seal the raw metal edges. I am going to probably freak out a little bit, but I watched a couple more videos, I saw a couple solutions, and I do think there's a chance that I have the wrong window, or there's a chance that I just need to properly frame it. I do feel like even just pressing it down slightly makes me feel like it will, like the edges will match up, but oh, it's a scary one, because I think my biggest concern on this van is water damage, and so let's see if we can prevent that, eh? Shoot. Pray for me. Okay. 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 This is temporary, but let's see. I still don't know if it's gonna look that great to start. Okay. Not perfect. Let's see. But I also think let's see, it's good up here. That's where it's pinned. So I think if and then it looks really good on the sides. And then the bottom still has a lip. I think it's more about force, because it's my nerves are affecting me more than the actual job itself. So it's okay, it's okay, it's okay, it's okay, it's okay, it's okay, it's okay. It's gonna work out. It's gonna work out. Daniel, I am actually really happy with myself because I'm not spiraling out of control today because it's not working. I know I've been sharing with you that I'm nervous, but I'm not spiraling into questioning my existence over it, which did kind of happen with the solar. Where are the holes I drilled? I drilled this thing. I installed it upside down. I don't really care at this moment. What the shit? What's happening? Oh, why do I feel like I'm... This is the same exact guide, and they are like, I'm delusional. Something's happening. Oh my god. Okay, so I was off, but now I'm on. Goodness gracious. I don't think that one is properly pre-drilled. I'm gonna lose my shit. I'm gonna lose my cool. And I just dinged my floor. Ay. You may be saying, Abigail, why don't you get help? No, Please don't strip. Okay, so it's going. I don't want to glue them, because if I glue them, then they're stuck. And if it's a mistake, then it's worse to unstick it. I just want to test my theories without stripping every screw I have. I don't know, people. There's a chance that I got it. I was able to get those drills in on their own. So now let's see if I can get them in with all the stuff included. I think honestly, if these two work out, I'm moving forward with this. Oops. I will say something cool too, which is those upper shims, upper and lower shim I made are really reliable. Let's see. Oh, fudge. Oh. See. These aren't perfect. Okay, okay. Okay. Eee. Oh. Eee. Okay. Okay, so if I construction glue this, and these are not super tight, it's tight up there. It'll oh, it's gonna work. It's gonna work. It's gonna work. We are getting the butyl tape on. I am gonna do butyl tape and flex seal and double down on it. So what I'm gonna do with this butyl tape, I did this on the fan too, and I really like it because it just feels like a layer of protection, is I'm going to let this close over and it will stick. And I probably could have stuck that more with the tape itself, but it's gonna end up bending inward like that and then holding on to the window. So that included with the sealant. I will do everything extra for there not to be leaks up in this via. Okay, so, and whatever's extra, I'll probably just remove it somehow, but I'm not too worried about that. I'm more worried about the waterproofness of it than the look of it right now. I'll worry about the look later. You guys, I did it. I mostly did it. It's, let's see, 10:13. This window. It's like when you have, like when someone has a newborn, but the newborn looks like an alien, and you feel obligated to be like, oh, so cute. Like, I think it's beautiful in its own ugly way. And I couldn't, I mean, it's a window where water will come in. I couldn't quit on it today. But it was very stressful. And it's probably not perfect. And I'm probably gonna study a lot before I do the next one, although I definitely know what to do for the next one. I did a lot of troubleshooting. In fact, okay, well, my light keeps going out on me. Hang on. I also have a lot of cleanup to do. That flex, oh, I'm so tired. Like stress tired, physically tired, mentally tired, emotionally tired. Oh, I have a window. Thank God I did not. I think I'm smarter than that. I wonder if I bought the wrong window. I wonder if windows come curved. I know that some of them do, but not the ones that are that you can open. Goodness gracious, this was a journey today. I will show you tomorrow in the daylight. Y'all, I don't know if you could tell, but it's wet outside. So I just installed this that window last night, and I finished so late that I kind of cut corners as far as like packing up last night. So part of our garage leaks when it rains, and I didn't cover my tools. So I wake up at 8 a.m. this morning and hear rain, and I'm like, oh my God, oh my God. And I've had calls all morning, so I didn't even come out. I was like, honestly, if it's leaking, it's leaking. But this is the moment of truth right now. So there's that much of a lip on the bottom and the top. So one, I'm sure water's going there. Forgot to take this weep hole out. So there's weep holes so that it can weep. I hope I'm not going to be weeping when I go inside. I might also be dragging my microphone on the... Okay, I'm stalling. It looks pretty good. But let's see. No water. No water, folks. I'm actually going to take my shoes off. No water. Oh, praise sweet baby Jesus. How cool is that though, huh? So that's going to be this is going to be where my work desk is. So pretty stoked. I definitely, it is crooked. It's a little, the van is curved. Okay, anyways, I'm not gonna do all that today. Not right now. It's as framed as well as I could frame it for the circumstances with these beams here. So, yep. Good day. You're in the middle of the window video, but I am here multiple days later. This was traumatizing. This window it went in, it's been in, it went in and then had like 2.5 days worth of rain slathered on it, did not leak. So we are leak free. However, it's not pretty at all, and we're gonna be putting the second window in today. However, I am creating my small win by cleaning this one up and doing the rest of the ceiling. I don't want to have this all over my hands today, but it seems inevitable. Dang it. It's so messy. just really don't want there to be any air bubbles. I don't want to touch it because I know once it's on my hands it's like permanente. My guess is that I'm gonna have to get real messy I'm gonna like push it in to make sure it's really filling the crack. Oh wow, it is. Ha! Oh, that's good. That's very good. Oh, I'm getting to the very end of this tube. Go just a little. Ah! I'm trying to seal it while also taking off the excess. And es no bueno. I said I was gonna create an easy win and I created a mess. It is, you gotta surrender. So as you can see, I'm just taking you up there. I don't know if you can see what you can see, but I sealed it. Let's see if you can even tell. It's sealed. And it's like obviously all over the side, but I'll use the lacquer and get that off later. We're gonna work on this. So something else I'm gonna try to do today is track how long this takes. It is 1:00 p.m. in the day on a Thursday, which I hope, ooh, even the metal's hot. Oh my God, it's hot today, y'all. I also really dislike wood or metal shavings. I get very paranoid about them. They are my arch nemesis at this point. There it is. There's my little drill hole. Okay, it turned into a bandana day real quick. It's worth trusting myself most days. And you know what else? Might be able to save a step. Stay. It's so hot. Oh, I just keyed my own car with the nail file. Shit. Moment of truth. Sweet. It's a tighter fit, y'all. We calculated it well. Good job, team. Woo! Yes! And I don't have to be freaked out this time that it doesn't fit well. It fits better. Not sure why that is, but we're off to a better start. Okay, friends. So, what we're doing next is butyl tape. Butyl tape is very sticky and also very thick, so it gives you a lot, like I can pinch it and it will definitely create a nice seam. So I really 10 out of 10 recommend butyl tape for any of your hole closing needs. And this butyl tape's got me feeling real confident. So let's just see how we do. Here we go. Okay, so you can see the window, or you can see the light popping through. I cut the butyl tape, basically like trimmed it, popping it through. So I'm gonna have to, I'm thinking of tucking it, but I'm gonna have to definitely double, triple seal it in different ways. And once I pull it tight, that air hole goes away. So I know the butyl tape is working on the outside, but I wanted it to create a complete seal. And it did everywhere else. It was successful. So on this side, let's see, can you see? On this side it worked really well and all. So I'm gonna figure out a solution. I'm gonna mess with it and I'll let you know how it goes. I have great news. It looks great from the outside. The butyl tape is there and it was trimmed, but the foam sealant that came on the window is beautiful and it's clean, and the butyl tape meets the seal and the seal meets the butyl tape, and it's all underneath the window, not popping out of the sides. This is a way better approach, or not approach. I am telling you, my experience with anything that I've had to do twice, the second one is always better. I mean, that seems explanatory enough, but just so that don't quit on the first one. I need to say that. Don't quit on the first anything, any failure. Okay. Let's get this let's get this window in. And then I also pre-drilled only 3 holes because these were so off the first time I did this. So I pre-drilled 1 on the top, 1 on the side, and 1 on the side, none on the bottom. Because the thing about the drills, the holes, is that they will relocate. If you pre-drill them, they're not going to be where you plan them to be. Once that the trim has tension on it, the guide that you made is basically garbage. So I pre-did these to be able to pull it tight, and then I will be able to trim some more framing for the top, because this is what needs the leverage here to pull really tight. It looks so good on the outside, you guys. I am so happy with this. I'm so happy and grateful. So we're gonna get those sides trimmed. Let's see, we're gonna start with this. Another thing, I was failing miserably with these quote unquote self-tapping screws that come with the frame. I like the frame. I'm happy with the window. I'm happy with the trim, all that. It was challenging, of course, but I had a lot of figuring out to do. However, one thing I did figure out is to use a real self-tapping screw. So I use the Everbuilt, the Hex head. I really love these, and they're self-tapping here. So I was using that, and I will be using this to actually pre-drill the screws in. And then I'm using a regular bit for the regular screws of the frame. So I'm doing a lot of switching on this, but it's very well worth it, because I broke 3 drill bits, 3 pre-holing drill bits trying to get through this metal here, and it was so frustrating. And also I didn't want to waste my drill bits, of course. So what I'm going to do here, there are times where I wish I had 3 hands or 4. Okay, so screw. Come on. Okay. Good, very, very good. So, and I did not make that tight, because if I make it too tight, this is already slightly off. If I make it too tight, I'm not going to be able to pre-drill the other screws either. The other thing is, I mean, my window is not secured. If I push too hard outward, I'm going to push the dang window out the wall. So you got to be careful of that. There's lots of things to be careful of, y'all. This is already off, but I'm going to roll with it because it's going to tighten my frame so that I can get this wood up in here. The other thing is, never underestimate the power of construction glue. This is still Loctite brand. It's not the same that I've been using the whole time. This is a wood color, Not that that matters too much, but it's a different consistency too. That's okay. I made sure, the number one thing is make sure it goes onto metal. That's the number one thing. Okay, nice like that. Haven't even tightened it yet, and already we're looking a little more secure. We'll see. I try to make it, I default on the wood and make it a little thicker than the original measurement, so if I had to trim it down, I could trim it down, but you can't make it bigger again. It's hard, I don't want to waste supplies either, so. Okay, we still have a gap. Can you see okay, so you can see daylight. We still have a gap, but we haven't screwed in these screws. Oh, so now, let me see here. I'm gonna do some more pre-drilling on the sides first. These are pretty easy to strip, so, oh, in fact, if you change your drill to the 1 instead of the 2, it won't drive as hard and you won't strip as many screws. Oh, baby. Okay. Okay. Oops. New screw. Alright. That's better. Ooh, I don't want to, that's not tight enough yet. So, we still have a little bit of daylight up there, but it's definitely smaller than it was. So I'm gonna get another piece of wood and then close that gap. But these are, maybe that could be more secure. We'll have to see once we get the other pieces. I might have to make bigger. We'll see. We'll see. It's going, it's happening. Okay, I puttied. I had to. And I sprayed. Puttied and sprayed. So, it's okay. I really wanted to make sure. It's gonna help me sleep at night, so putty. It's the Flex Seal. Dug it out. And then this stuff is just so messy. But it's gonna grab and it's gonna go, so we're all dry in here. You guys, this is going so smooth. I'm so grateful. I have successfully trimmed the top. This is solid. It's not like so, it's slightly flexing, but it's because it's on a rounded edge and I don't want to force it in the way of like breaking it. But I've screwed the sides and most of the top, and this bottom is lined up, and I'm like, yeah. So I'm just placing these framing pieces and drilling them in, and it's working. And this is like been, I don't want to say too early, but it's like a 2-hour project compared to like a 6-hour project with all the meltdowns in between, and of course without the recording in between. I'm telling you what it would take if you weren't filming yourself doing it. So y'all, this is great. This is great. Oh, I freaking did it. The most rewarding part of filming specifically is the whole like process, like the beginning, the end, the before and after. There's tons of people who are driving by and asking and paying attention and wanting to see it. Last night I took it up, guys, I freaking did it. What a great breeze. I particularly put these across from each other to create a cross breeze, and I have the fans. I chose inward and outward airflow to clear out the van, because I don't plan on having air conditioning, which is all good. freaking did it. But the before and after, and I've been doing content for 2016 and it's 2022, so 6 years. And I am always grateful to the past versions of myself that recorded and wrote and published and saved and documented. Last night I was actually doing some work on, I was doing the Costa Rica vlog, which is already on my page. You should totally check it out. It was one of my favorite trips ever, my whole life. I spent 2 months in Costa Rica, and I documented a bunch of it, and I was watching it back last night to edit it, and I know how happy I was at that time. I know how much I love being next to the water. This is why I'm building this van. I belong next to the water. And so I want to see all the places and do all the things, and I'm really happy. This was really easy. This one not so much, but I learned a lot. And then I got to reap all the benefits. Story of my life. Love you.
Oh, don't you dare look back, just keep